Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever stopped to think about why some foods leave you feeling amazing, clear-headed and full of energy, while others just make you feel blah? Well, today we're diving into some ancient wisdom that explains exactly that. We're going to see how the food on your plate can literally shape the thoughts in your head.
So let's just ask the big question right up front. Is your food actually feeding your mood? It sounds simple, right? But the answer is pretty profound, and it might just change the way you look at your very next meal. And according to thousands of years of Vedic tradition, that's this incredible body of knowledge from ancient India, the answer is a resounding yes. See, this connection between what we eat and how we feel, it's not some new fad, it's an ancient science.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at food as way more than just fuel. Then we'll unpack these three core Vedic energies. After that, we'll see how this applies to our mental diet, learn 3 super practical habits for harmony, and then wrap it all up to see how we can truly nourish ourselves to flourish. All right, first things first, let's challenge this idea that food is just fuel. The perspective we're exploring today sees it as something much, much more profound than just calories and nutrients.
According to this ancient wisdom, food isn't just a physical thing. It actually carries a specific kind of energy, an essence that directly influences our mind, our emotions, our whole state of being.
So if food has this energy, how do we even talk about it? Well, this brings us to the core of the whole idea. The 3 fundamental energies, or gunas, that exist in everything, especially our food. This image here really breaks it down for us. You see, the ancient system of Ayurveda doesn't just look at vitamins and minerals. It classifies food based on the specific effect it has on both our physical and our mental state. Let's dig into what these categories actually are. So here they are, the 3 gunas. You've got sattvic foods, which are pure and balanced and lead to peace. Then there are rajasic foods, which are all about passion and movement, giving you energy, but maybe also some anxiety. And finally, tamasic foods, which are dull and can lead to negativity. Let's start with sattva. This is the good stuff. It's the energy of harmony, clarity, and balance. We're talking fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, all the foods that help create a calm, clear, and peaceful mind. Next up is rajas. This is the energy of action, passion, and, well, motion. Think of things like coffee, super spicy dishes, or onions. A little can give you drive and energy, but too much can easily tip over into restlessness, stress, and anxiety. And finally, we have tamas. This is the energy of inertia, of dullness. This covers processed stuff, stale food, or really heavy things like aged cheeses and old leftovers. Eating these can leave you feeling lazy, foggy, and just kind of negative. So how does all this ancient food stuff apply to us today, beyond what's on our plate? Well, this is where it gets really powerful. We can use this exact same framework to look at our mental diet. And that brings up a huge question, right? If we're so careful about what we put in our bodies, what are we feeding our minds? What's our mental nourishment made of? The big takeaway here is that our mental diet is everything we consume with our senses. The news we watch, the social media we scroll through, the conversations we have, it's all a form of food for the mind. And just like physical food, it can be sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic. Okay, so theory is great, but how do we actually do this? How do we consciously build a more balanced, a more sattvic state of mind? Let's get super practical and look at 3 incredibly simple but powerful habits you can do every day. We're going to walk through 3 simple daily practices: acknowledging your successes, even the tiny ones, expressing gratitude for your body, and using affirmations to really define your own well-being. So, first up, acknowledge your successes. Now, we're not talking about huge career wins here. We're talking about recognizing the small, simple things we do every day that we usually just ignore. By noticing at least 5 of these, you actively start to retrain your brain to focus on what's going right.
And it really is this simple. You woke up this morning? That's a success. Drank a glass of water? Bam, success. Took a deep breath? That counts too. Each one of these builds a foundation of positive self-recognition.
Okay, number 2, express gratitude for your physical body. The goal here is to just list 5 things about your body that you're grateful for. This practice is so powerful because it helps shift your relationship with your body from one of criticism to one of genuine appreciation.
Just think about it for a second. Your eyes that let you see the world around you. Your heart that just keeps beating, day in and day out, without you even having to think about it. Focusing on these little miracles can change your entire perspective.
And the final practice is all about taking charge of your inner story, using the two most powerful words in existence, I am. Because whatever follows those two words literally shapes your reality. This is about choosing affirmations that create the well-being you actually want.
So how do we bring this all home? We've talked about nourishing the body with the right foods and nourishing the mind with the right thoughts. The real magic, the secret to flourishing, is when these two things work together in harmony.
Ultimately, this ancient wisdom is teaching us a very modern truth. True well-being isn't just about a diet or a mindset alone. It's about the conscious, daily practice of nourishing both what you eat and what you think, so you can create a life of balance and vitality.
And with that, we'll leave you with this final thought, a really powerful affirmation to carry with you. What might change if you truly started to see yourself as a temple? If every meal and every thought became an act of divine healing? Something to think about.